In the late 1930s, as storms of conflict gathered across Asia and Europe, the United States Navy quietly prepared for a world that seemed destined for war. In those years of anxiety and global tension, a powerful silhouette began to take shape at the New York Navy Yard. It was the early rise of a vessel that would become one of the most respected names in Pacific War naval history. This was the birth of USS Helena, a Brooklyn-class light cruiser designed for speed, accuracy, and relentless firepower. Before the year 1940, American naval strategy was rapidly evolving. Fleet commanders understood that any future conflict in the Pacific would demand ships capable of quick maneuvering, advanced fire control, and a devastating broadside. Helena embodied these ambitions. She carried 15 rapid-firing 6-inch guns that would later earn her the wartime nickname Machine Gun Cruiser. Naval engineers gave her an advanced armor scheme for a light cruiser and cutting-edge communications technology. Although the world was still struggling through the Great Depression, the American shipbuilding industry pushed forward, determined to rebuild a navy that could protect the nation against rising global threats. When Helena was commissioned in 1939, she represented a new generation of American warship. Her early service took her from the Atlantic to the Pacific as political pressure intensified. Japan was expanding aggressively across East Asia. European empires were collapsing under the weight of fascist conquest. Every nation watched the Pacific with suspicion as the possibility of open conflict approached. By 1940, Helena steamed into Pearl Harbor, a place that appeared calm on the surface yet carried an unmistakable undercurrent of tension. The American forces stationed there were trying to deter Japanese expansion, but few knew how soon the crisis would arrive. In the early morning of December 7, 1941, the calm shattered. Japanese aircraft roared into the harbor, torpedoes streaked across the water with deadly precision. Helena was moored at the exact location originally intended for the battleship Pennsylvania, which made her an immediate target. A Japanese torpedo slammed into the cruiser with a tremendous explosion. It tore through her engine room and killed crew members instantly. Most ships of her class would have capsized from such a strike. Helena refused to die. Damage control teams fought flames, flooding, and collapsing bulkheads as the ship settled lower in the water. Their effort saved the cruiser from destruction and set in motion the legend of a ship whose endurance defied the odds. The attack on Pearl Harbor transformed Helena from a peacetime vessel into a survivor forged by fire. Her crew knew that the next time she met the enemy, she would be ready not only to fight but to dominate. In early 1942, after surviving the devastating torpedo strike at Pearl Harbor, USS Helena began a journey of rebirth that would redefine her place in the Pacific War. Before the United States fully mobilized its industrial might, damaged ships were often considered long-term projects. Helena proved the opposite. As America joined the war with a surge of determination, the cruiser was sent to Mare Island Naval Shipyard in California, where engineers and shipwrights prepared to transform her into one of the most advanced vessels in the fleet. The ship arrived battered yet unbroken. Her survival at Pearl Harbor had already made her a symbol of resilience, but now the Navy wanted more. American naval warfare was evolving rapidly, and night fighting capabilities became essential in the struggle for control of the Solomon Islands. At Mare Island, Helena underwent extensive reconstruction that would push her far beyond the capabilities she possessed before the attack. Workers removed damaged machinery, opened entire sections of the hull, and replaced outdated systems with cutting-edge equipment produced under the urgency of wartime production. Her new surface radar became one of the most important upgrades. Radar technology was still young, yet Helena received some of the most advanced sets available, giving her the ability to detect enemy ships long before visual contact. For night battles, this advantage was priceless. Improved fire control systems allowed her rapid-firing 6-inch guns to deliver accurate salvos at extraordinary speed. Shipyard teams strengthened her anti-aircraft defenses with quad 40mm Bofors guns and 20mm Oerlikons, turning her into a capable guardian against Japanese aircraft that dominated the early years of the Pacific War. While steel plates, cables, and electrical systems were being replaced, Helena's crew trained relentlessly. Gunnery drills, radar tracking exercises, and night battle rehearsals turned the men into specialists. Many had lived through the Pearl Harbor attack and carried a fierce resolve to take the fight back across the Pacific. By mid-1942, Helena emerged from Mare Island fully transformed. She was faster, more accurate, and better defended than ever before. The cruiser was now one of the premier night-fighting warships in the American fleet, a deadly hunter prepared for the brutal waters of the Solomon Islands. In the late months of 1942, as American forces fought desperately to hold Guadalcanal, the Solomon Islands became one of the most brutal battlegrounds of naval history. The air warfare, island combat, and nighttime clashes created an environment where only the most capable ships could survive. Into this dangerous arena steamed USS Helena, reborn from the destruction of Pearl Harbor and now ready to unleash her power. As America pushed forward in the Pacific campaign, Helena quickly proved that her Reconstruction had made her a weapon unlike any other. Her radar systems allowed her to see through darkness and fog, giving the United States Navy a vital edge in the chaotic nighttime waters around Iron Batom Sound. Japanese destroyers and cruisers relied on surprise attacks and powerful torpedoes, but Helena's electronic eyes detected movement long before the enemy realized she was near. Helena joined Task Force 64, a group of American warships tasked with intercepting Japanese supply runs known to sailors as Tokyo Express missions. These night battles became some of the most intense naval confrontations of the entire war. When Helena opened fire, her rapid-firing 6-inch guns roared at a pace that astonished both American crews and Japanese observers. Each turret crew operated with mechanical precision, sending a steady stream of shells across the dark waters. The volume of fire was so overwhelming that Japanese officers described her salvos as continuous lightning flashes across the night. This remarkable rate of fire earned Helena the nickname Machine Gun Cruiser, a title that followed her throughout the Solomon Islands campaign. Her greatest strength was her ability to combine radar-guided accuracy with relentless firepower. During the Battle of Cape Esperance and later in the naval Battle of Guadalcanal, Helena's quick detection and rapid salvos disrupted Japanese tactical plans and saved American ships from ambush. She became the centerpiece of several night actions, firing earlier and more accurately than any cruiser around her. Helena's reputation spread quickly. American sailors admired her speed and precision, while Japanese crews learned to fear the sudden burst of shells that signaled her arrival. Every engagement strengthened her legacy as one of the most formidable light cruisers in the Pacific War. Her actions helped shift momentum toward the United States during a period when victory was far from guaranteed. In July 1943, as the Solomon Islands campaign reached a critical phase, USS Helena prepared to face the ultimate test of her speed, firepower, and crew endurance. Before the engagement at Kula Gulf, the Japanese had been reinforcing their positions with fast destroyers and cruisers, attempting to resupply garrisons isolated by American advances. Helena, now one of the most advanced night-fighting cruisers in the U.S. Navy, was assigned to lead a column of American ships in intercepting these reinforcements. The sun had set, but darkness did not conceal danger. Radar screens glowed with distant blips, each representing vessels capable of delivering devastating torpedo strikes. As Helena moved forward, her crew remained vigilant, knowing the risks yet determined to protect the men and islands depending on their success. When the battle erupted, Helena unleashed her signature rapid-firing 6-inch guns with unparalleled precision. Shells tore across the night sky, striking Japanese ships before they could react. Her radar-guided attacks allowed for coordinated volleys, each salvo designed to disrupt enemy formations and save Allied vessels. American sailors watched as their cruiser, the Machine Gun Cruiser, dominated the engagement. But Japanese forces carried a secret weapon that would soon seal Helena's fate. Type 93 long-lens torpedoes, known for their extraordinary range and explosive power, streaked silently through the water. Despite Helena's speed and maneuvering, One torpedo found its mark, followed by another. Explosions tore through her hull, breaking her keel and igniting fires throughout the decks. The ship began to list heavily, water pouring in as crew members fought to save their vessel. The battle continued around them, but the immediate focus shifted to survival. The courage of Helena's sailors was extraordinary. Lifeboats were deployed, men abandoned burning compartments, and those who could swim into the night sought rescue from accompanying ships. Helena sank beneath the waves, becoming the first U.S. cruiser lost to Japanese long-lance torpedoes in the Pacific War. Her sacrifice, however, was not in vain. By drawing the enemy's attention and absorbing their firepower, she allowed other American vessels to intercept reinforcement and continue the campaign to secure the Solomon Islands. Helena's final salvo, fired moments before her sinking, exemplified the dedication and resilience of her crew. The legend of USS Helena lived on, a story of bravery, technological advancement, and the relentless pursuit of victory. Her legacy remains a symbol of American naval strength and the unyielding spirit of those who sailed her.